one of the biggest, fastest, most exciting events Baltimore has ever seen, with an expected turnout of over 150,000 fans.
It's going to be a cross between the AFC Championship, the Preakness opening day, the lacrosse Final Four, and the Turkey Bowl.
And an estimated economic impact of $70 million.
You're going to bring a lot of money to this town, aren't you?
Yes, we are. We're estimating 65 to 70 million per year.
As much as 65 to 70 million in revenue to the city.
And that's real revenue to the Grand Prix, and those tickets generate real revenue for the city.
The economic projections touted by race supporters and repeated far and wide in the media are questionable. According to Dennis Coates, a professor of economics at the University of Maryland, Baltimore County.
I was astonished. My first reaction was, nobody associated with this thing ever had a single economics course. They don't know anything about economics.
And I don't like talking about the economic impact because it's generally something that economists come up with that is hard to understand about, the multiplier effect. And
here's one of the statements. With the indirect costs and induced costs, parentheses, the multiplier effect, so on. The multiplier effect has absolutely nothing to do with those things.
I just talk about direct tax revenue in the city of Baltimore. Money that goes into our general fund doesn't go through some state pass-through. It just comes directly to us. We have hotel tax, parking tax, and the admission and amusement tax. We get a percentage of every hotel room.
I think that they had more hotel rooms by 500 or 1,000 than there actually are in the downtown area.
Ticket sales have been very, very good. We've sold to just about every state in the union. We were either at 47 or 49 states, Europe, South America.
They haven't considered what would have been going on otherwise. People still are going to be eating in restaurants, maybe not quite as many, but it wouldn't be zero.
Keep in mind, Labor Day weekend is one of the slowest weekends of the year for Baltimore. Always has been. Everybody goes down the ocean.
$6 million in tax revenues each year. $6 million? I doubt it. I think if they get $1 million of additional tax revenues, that would be pretty substantially successful.
But wait, Fisher now says the projections for Baltimore are only slightly higher than $1 million a year.
As far as direct revenue to the city, that has been projected to be $7 to $8 million over that time, and that is actually
5 years
over the 5-year time.
Yeah.
And
I don't think that they'll get that. The evidence is that generally these kinds of events don't generate that much extra tax revenue.
We're getting the same crowd that you would expect for a Yankees game or for a Red Sox game.
For example, the Super Bowl in Houston generated about $5 million of sales tax revenues.
Super Bowl?
The Super Bowl.
How many people?
Well, the game probably had 70,000 in attendance, but it's a week-long event. The comptroller of the city of Houston said that putting on the Super Bowl probably generated about $90,000 for the city after he accounted for all the costs as well. This event, nothing like the Super Bowl, and I can't imagine that it's going to outstrip the Super Bowl in terms of what it generates.